So at the elementary school, students will have an opportunity throughout the day to engage in 90 minutes of reading as well as 90 minutes of math. Built within their schedules, you'll see that for some of our early elementary grade levels, they'll engage in science and social studies through cross-curricular experiences. We feel this really gives them an opportunity to make meaningful connections and build understanding. At upper elementary grade levels, there will be times within the schedule for some direct instruction in science and social studies. Throughout the day, you'll see that children will engage in some pre-recorded direct instruction, as well as some live sessions with their teachers that will give them the opportunity for some feedback and for some small group guided instruction.
At St. Clair Walker Middle School, students begin their day at 8 a.m. with remediation, enrichment, or intervention. Students will develop a more consistent schedule once teachers assess students' needs. Teachers will contact students and provide them with Zoom links with their exact schedules to participate in live sessions. When students are not pulled for remediation, intervention, or enrichment, students should use that 8 o'clock to 9 a.m. time frame to work on assignments for other classes, to study or read independently. On Mondays and Thursdays, students will have live sessions for their first block class beginning at 9 a.m., third block at 11 a.m., and fifth block at 1 o'clock p.m. On Tuesdays and Fridays, students will have live classes for second block at 9 a.m., fourth block at 11 a.m., and sixth block at 1 o'clock p.m. For each scheduled class, students are expected to attend a live whole class session for about 10 to 15 minutes. Teachers will provide Google links or Zoom links for those sessions. And during the live session, teachers will take attendance, go over the week's expectations and assignments, along with other important information. After the initial whole group session, students may be pulled into smaller groups for direct instruction or help with assignments. While teachers pull students into small groups, other students may be working independently on other tasks or assignments or viewing pre-recorded videos. After each student's scheduled hour block, there will be office hours that teachers hold to offer support as needed. A lunch break for St. Clair Walker Middle School will be from 12:30 to 1 o'clock daily. And on Wednesday, students are expected to complete assignments, to view videos, or work with teachers individually as needed.
At Middlesex High School, the day will start with office hours available for students and parents from 8 until 8:30 and 3:15 until 3:45 on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. First block will start on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 8:30 and will go until 9:20. Second block will start at 9:50 and will go until 10:40. Third block will start at 11:10 and will go until 12 noon. There will be a lunch break from 12 noon until 1, and fourth block will start on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. and will go until 1:50. From 2 until 3:15, teachers are available to meet in small groups or individually with students to provide additional assistance. A days will be Mondays and Thursdays, and B days will be Tuesdays and Fridays. And again, like the other schools, teachers will be available on Wednesdays to conference with students when needed to provide lab instruction, and students are encouraged to do their asynchronous learning at home by looking at videos, reading assignments, or doing writing as assigned by their teachers. Students are expected to check in with their teacher and sign in on the Zoom meeting promptly at the beginning of every block. Students will not be asked to sit in a block for the entire 50 minutes. There will be direct instruction during part of that block, and then at times students may be asked to go work on another assignment while the teacher may work with small groups or an individual student within that block, and then they may be asked to rejoin the Zoom meeting at the end to wrap up and answer any unanswered questions at the end of the block.
So we recognize, especially at the elementary level, that many of our children are dependent on support from adults or an older sibling to help navigate some of the resources online. We also recognize that they'll probably be in a daycare setting or maybe with grandma or somewhere else throughout the day. So the schedule has been designed to allow for students to have some self-pace and flexibility within it. You'll be able to access pre-recorded direct instruction as well as learning activities and supplemental resources for an 11-day period. For students who can attend live sessions, which will be encouraged to the maximum extent possible, they'll be able to actually engage in small group sessions with their teachers. However, those children who are in another setting during the day are not able to engage in the learning. They'll have the flexibility to work at a pace that's most appropriate to their family's needs at this time.
At St. Clair Walker Middle School, students will have access to pre-recorded material and instructions for assignments provided by the teacher. Assignments and deadlines will be set by each individual class.
At the high school, we know that there may be times that students can't log in to their devices. There may be some internet issues, or students may have an appointment that they can't be in a live session. And that's okay, because our teachers will be recording the live sessions so that they can share that link with students at a later time, and the student won't miss anything that they can view later on their own time. Teachers will set due dates, so students need to be mindful of communication with their teachers so that they get things turned in a timely manner to get credit for their course.
Attendance at the elementary level will be based on task completion. Tasks could look very different. It could be a child logging in for a pre-recorded direct instruction. Could be them engaging in an actual learning task like an assignment that's posted into their Canvas classroom. Teachers will identify for families specifically what assignments that week will be counted in regards to attendance, and those will be expected to be completed by Sunday at the end of that week. While participation in live sessions will be encouraged, we recognize that at the elementary levels that students may not necessarily be able to attend those sessions on a regular basis. So at this time, attendance in live sessions will not be counted towards students' overall attendance for the week.
At St. Clair Walker, attendance will be taken based on live sessions, along with task completion. Specific expectations will be set by individual teachers.
At the high school, attendance will be done a number of ways. First of all, attendance will be counted when students check in to their live session at each block. We understand, of course, that some things may arise where students just can't be there live. It's really important for students and parents to communicate with the teacher to let them know when that's going to happen, so we make sure that students get the information later. Attendance will also be counted when students complete tasks, and those tasks will be made clear to students each week as to what is going to be expected to be submitted and completed. Again, if there are ever any questions, that communication piece is really important between parents and teachers and students.
So at this point, technology, access to internet, LTE device is based on children's home location. So we recognize that during the day they may be somewhere else that doesn't necessarily have internet capabilities. One of the great things about Canvas is it actually allows children to go into their learning management system, download the instructional resources that they'll need for the day or the week while they are on the internet, and then they can still use the device provided by the schools to access those learning materials when they're actually offline. The only limitation would be students attending live sessions. So throughout the day, all of our children will have access to those small group live sessions with their teacher. It was also important to us as a Title I school that we still be able to provide opportunities for intervention. So you'll see in the afternoon, some of our children will have the opportunity to engage in additional sessions with either their general education teacher or some of our interventionists and specialists at the elementary level. We also know that some of our parents may need support too or have questions throughout the day, so we've built office hours into our schedule each day. You'll find that's from 8 to 8:30 and then 3 to 3:30 in the afternoon. We also want to make sure that parents are aware that we still are here to support students' social emotional needs during this time. So there's still support available through our school counselor as well as school administration.
At St. Clair Walker, there will be support available to students after each scheduled class. For example, after first block class, there will be an office hour from 10 to 11 a.m. After third block class on Mondays, there will be office hours from 12 to 12:30 p.m. And for fifth block class, there will be office hours from 2 to 3 p.m. where teachers are available to offer support as needed. Social emotional support will be provided by our school counselor, administrators, and teachers as needed.
At Middlesex High School, we will have office hours 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 8 until 8:30, and again from 3:15 until 3:45. Not only is this time available for students to call or email or Zoom with teachers, but we encourage parents as well to reach out to their child's teachers at those times if they have any questions. Additional support will be made available on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 2 until 3:15 for individual or small group help for students who need a little extra support. And then Wednesdays are also days where students will be learning at home with assignments provided by teachers, but they can also have an opportunity to chat with their teachers if they need a little bit more support. And again, for social emotional support, we have two amazing counselors here, Mary Beth Ewing, who is our 9th and 10th grade counselor, and Ann Baltrasitis, our 11th and 12th grade counselor, who are here to help all of our students. They will also be able to schedule one at a time in-person counseling sessions. Should students need that, that will be scheduled in advance. So you just need to reach out to the counselors to do that, students. And administrators are also here to help support our kids every day.
You'll notice this year that our grading practices have been changed to reflect more of an emphasis on what children are doing every day, to be able to give them feedback and drive and plan for our instruction, and then less of an emphasis on the end result. So you'll see within the grading practices that it'll be a 25% emphasis on summative tests, large projects, whereas some of our more informal, what we call formative assessments, will be a 75% grading within our grade book to really reflect what kids are doing and engaging in every day.
As we begin this journey, we recognize there will be many questions that you may have along the way. Please feel free to reach out to us. We are happy to help you. If there are teacher-specific questions, please reach out to your child's teacher. If there are technology questions, please reach out to the technology department. If there are counseling questions, please reach out to your school counselor. We're all here to help you and walk through this journey together.
We're all looking forward to a great, exciting year with all of our students. And please stay tuned for bloopers that will be shared with you next week from this outtake.